Yo, what up, y'all? This is Naughty by Nature. I'm Vim Rock.
Yo, what up? This KG. Peace.
Yeah, and this Trigger Treach, and you doing it and watching Hip Hop Chronicle, UK, all day.
I heard you mobbing, you moody, you jacking for jewelry, you banging and beasting with your tats and your toolies, banging for bounty, you too young for the 90s. Were you thumping with the G-Rap or jumping in the county? Shooting by the roofing, scrapping is what's happening. Niggas reeling about it, so booing, bratting and cracking. If you going out tonight, your pistol and your rifle, pray to the Father and sell your soul to the cycle.
One thing that's really bugged me about Naughty by Nature is not the fact that you guys are legendary, you've made party anthems, street songs that have resonated through time, but you're only one of the few groups who've lasted so long together as original members. That bugs me out. It's been 20 odd years, you're still together.
Right.
Going strong, touring the world.
Right.
So, what's the secret? You gotta tell me what's the secret, because I can't stand some of my boys for half an hour.
Right. Well, the secret is, you know, differences, you gotta sort them out, and it's just the bond as brothers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, every day is not a perfect day. It would be corny if it was like that. So you fight, you fuss, you argue. Yeah. Even K, he took a 10-year hiatus for a minute.
Well, I'm mad about that. That's another thing, though. But I ain't gonna say nothing because you beat the shit out of me. That's
So sometimes you need a break, man.
Yeah.
But it's all good. Today we're here.
I'm amazed by it, and it's a testament to Naughty by Nature. It's a testament to all you guys to do that. I was gonna talk about this later, but I'll go about it now. I feel that you guys are a little overlooked in some aspects. I'll tell you why. You guys got the accolades, the Grammys and all that, and the respect, but people always necessarily remember Naughty by Nature for the street anthems and not the street songs you guys did. Right? Guard Your Grill,
Right.
classic. Dirt or Bum Only, classic.
Right.
Also, Treach has been underrated as an MC. At the time, his flow, the way he attacked the record, there wasn't many people doing it like that.
Now they're doing it.
Now they do it. See, this is what I mean.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. So, do you guys feel like that, or is it just like we got our fans?
It's up for you. You say it. You say it. It ain't up to us to say that. It's up to you guys to say it. And a lot of people say it. So there you have it.
I think
part of it too is if you think about the history of it, I look at it like when you were just talking, I was just thinking. And I think that, you know, when you think about a lot of artists that's been like that come out now or that's been coming out even back then, they dropped multiple 12 inches before they even put their album out.
Yeah.
They had singles and singles, then they put the album out.
Yeah.
Naughty by Nature jumped on the scene, one 12 inch, then an album.
Yeah.
One huge
one. Yeah, exactly.
And one mega bomb.
And a lot of people envy that.
Exactly. But
and they look at it and think, and I don't even think they think we haven't paid dues, but they just envy the fact that it just took off like that.
I think another thing too is that, you know, we've always borderline, you know, the street and the super commercial success. Yeah. I think a lot of the hip hop artists in the history, you take if it's a Young MC with a Busta Move, if it's a Vanilla Ice or MC Hammer, some of these huge crossover records, it's like a lot of the underground cats don't give them no credibility or they'll try to even diss them. But with us, we come with a different element that we can handle it on the commercial side and we can definitely handle it on the street side.
Definitely.
So it's like you have to respect it. Yeah. And if you don't, then you have to keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
Like I always say, you in a land where there's more artists and fans. A lot of those that's making the top 10 lists and everything else is frustrated artists. So they mad they never got deals.
That's a fair point. I never thought of it like that. That's a fair point.
Yeah.
Because it's like when Naughty by group, they talk about groups. They don't say Naughty by Nature. I'm like, how can you forget what they achieved? Best rap album, 95. The Grammys. That's a huge thing. That's when they weren't even showing on TV. Like, you know when they showed their awards being accepted, they weren't showing rap albums then. Right. You guys were doing it back then.
I mean, honestly, if you start naming groups,
give more material to them, so you shut them up. That's what I want to do. I want to give them more, just shut them up, because the haters are gonna be there and tell you, you'd be like, you know what? Let me bow down, yo, because they the truth.
Fair enough. And
then you gotta look at it as a lot of his opinions too. Everybody has they're entitled to their own opinions, but you gotta look at who's still going, like you said. Look at it, 20 years later, we're still going. So you got to take that into consideration too. Anybody, when you start making those lists, you got to look at it like that. You can't say, like, if you look at sports or you look at anybody, you know, if they've achieved all those accolades and they have a longer career, you can't just throw that to the side and not take that into consideration. Because for some reason, they still around for that long.
Right.
So you can't just take somebody that's been in there for 5 years and say, you know what, that's better than that. 5 years don't equate to.
You can't compare Kobe to Jordan yet.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
You can't compare him yet. You can
Or
say
you can't compare LeBron to Kobe and Jordan.
Right. Kobe's getting closer. Kobe's getting close.
Right.
But LeBron has a lot more to go, and that's what I'm saying. It's just like you just can't. You can just say, okay, just because somebody jumps out and they're having a little bit of success. Okay, just say, okay, let's look at that 10 or 12 or 15 or 20 years later.
Yeah.
You can't start equating that or coming up or crowning them in their first 3 years. You just can't.
You struck a nerve with that one, man.
Well, that's what I wanted to do.
Well, if you do, that's OPP and you're not down with it. But if you don't, here's your membership. Get down with OPP. Yeah, you know me. Get down with OPP. Yeah, you know me. Get down with OPP. Come on. Me and Finn rock, win spots, hit flies, and roots and juice within my boots and jail suit. That's how I roll with my head through them. With a wheel like I want competition, ain't don't beat you, break you, broke you, smoke you, take you, sing you to your little group on mute. Sooner or later, he wanna flip, tell him fools in me half with a dip. You know that other ringlet brother.
I'm a sucker for stories, right? So when I hear stories like Snoop Dogg saying Dr. Dre didn't want to put out 187, and the reasons why, that strikes a chord with me.
Well, I didn't want to put out Uptown Anthem.
Why? What's wrong with you?
I didn't feel like the beat was ready yet, and he was like, "Man, you crazy?"
You see this man right here?
That's what I came to.
He came to see Uptown Anthem. He was like in the car, like, I want to see Uptown Anthem with his weed in the air. Like, he's like that.
Well, it wasn't the song, it was just the beat. Like, when we were trying to do the song, I mean, whatever, the soundtrack, we were just going through beats, and he was just like, "Man, that's it." I was like, "I don't know, that ain't ready." He was like, "No, this is it."
Yeah. And there's a new one now on our 20th anniversary record, Anthem Inc. There was a track that K pulled up that I didn't like. I would never like it. I never heard it.
Right.
You know, heard it as just being a hot track.
Yeah.
But then Treach rhymed on it. It's a song called God Is Love. And that's hands down my favorite track on the album right now. Wow. You know what I mean?
So then let me take you guys back, because you guys got good memories, I think. I'm guessing the weed smoke ain't really affected your memories just yet. 91, I think September 91, the first album came out. Am I right? Wrong?
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Yeah. OPP came out what, June
91, the first album was 92?
90, no, it's 91 September. Right.
Right.
91.
Okay, so.
Yeah.
What was, in making that album, the process, because it's his first album, what was the most memorable studio moments that you think about to this day? You may wake up one time or you're on the plane to London and you're going, damn, remember that time?
A lot of that album was made before we even had our deal.
Yeah.
That was New Style Records.
We were back and forth. We were just going to different studios.
We were signed to Flavor Unit, and before we even got signed to Tommy Boy, a lot of that album was done. So it was like our
Yeah.
A lot of those records were New Style records.
Yup, they were New Style records. And when we got signed to Tommy Boy, those records were already done. All we did was just go in and mix and master.
That's it.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, even the name, like when we were still working, we were called the New Style. So when we got with Flavor Unit, first thing they said is you have to change your name. So we dug in, Treach dug into some of the songs that we had.
Right.
And one of the working songs we had as the New Style was Naughty by Nature.
So that's how Naughty by Nature came about.
That's how
See,
Naughty by
shit, this
Nature
is what I
came
live
about.
for right here. Damn.
So it was just, we were the New Style. We had a batch of records. We got with Flavor Unit with that batch of records.
Right.
They said, you need to change your name. We dug into that batch and came up with Naughty by Nature. And just put Naughty by Nature on top of those New Style records and kept it moving. For the most part.
So what about 1993? What about that? What studio moments, because you were Tommy Boy again, studio moments that, you know, come into your head that were great days, or someone came through the studio, inspired you guys?
I remember we were working in Tony Arfey's studio. What was that? Unique studio.
Right.
I remember when Hip Hop Hooray was being made. I think K had the track up, and the first time that I heard it, Treach was writing to it, and he came to K and was like, yo, got this chorus like, hey, ho. I remember that vaguely.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, that record was like crazy.
Crazy. But I stand by the street records you guys made were absolutely great. Flags was a great cinematic thing you guys did.
Yeah.
That was brilliant.
That's a movie too. That's a movie.
Yeah.
Right now, we're doing a movie.
Is it set now? Is it?
Yeah.
Because I remember you guys talking about maybe a series.
Yeah,
or...
no, it's a movie. It's a movie.
Because that was great. Yeah, Ice-T in there. I was like, yeah.
Right.
It was good. It was a good positive message.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
It had an old school feel to it, which I loved.
It's gonna be
Boom
good.
back. Woo! Had that boom back, which I love.
What we felt too with doing that song and the video with Flags is that, you know, at the time we were just totally independent, you know, no labels, not even labels. We made the rounds, no labels even wanted to sign or distribute us, you know what I mean? So with this whole viral thing, we were like, you know what? We know there's a lot of artists out there. We know there's a lot of people that be like, naughty by nature, whatever. We felt that we had to get creative in what we did and how we put out our music. So we were like, you know what? If we take Flags and we know what the content is about and shot it mini movie style, we know that would stand out. So that's basically what happened, and it definitely worked because we got on everyone's radar. BET, MTV, everybody came after us for the video, and you know, it's just a very good look for us.